Hello everyone, welcome back to more 14 Minesweeper variants. I found out that these O rules are too complicated for me so far. So we're going to go back to M's, right? I have to do more M's to unlock this. I've done 3 of them. Right, this is the multiplicity kind of thing. So this one can't have any double mines near it. Oh, you can just click and it does that for you? Okay. We need one here. Ugh. Red on gray is a little rough. I liked the red for, hang on, should I have... Yeah, oh, it gets rid of the menu here. Okay. Red on gray. So... there's nothing here to tell me about the... There's no setting for shaded cells, huh? Okay. I'll do my best. There has to be one here and one of these two. This one, there's only one of these two, so there has to be this one in order for the 4 to be happy, and there can't be one here. We need a mine here and not here because of how these two are interacting. This 4 sees 1. Nothing obvious is happening in that area, huh? One of these and one of these. That's 2 mines. There's 4 left in this area up here. Doesn't tell me too much, I don't think. I mean, this 5 has either 1 or 2 of those 4, I guess. If it were only one of those 4, that would be kind of exciting, wouldn't it? If I had a mine here. Because then there'd be a mine here, and here, and here. Yeah, let's look at that a little bit. If I said this was a mine, then all of this would be non-mines, right? This 4 could never be finished? Yeah, that seems correct. So in fact, we can say that this isn't a mine. Very good. And what does this one do? So now we either have both of these black ones or just this gray one. If we have both of the black ones, then the 4 needs these 2 black ones as well, and that's 4 of my mine budget. Actually, this 4 is what I should be looking at, right? I know there's a mine there. Yeah. So 2 of these means at least one of these 2, yeah? And it can't just be one of them, because then the 5 would have the wrong parity, so it has to be both of them. So I can reveal this and mark those. Perfect. So we know one of these... Well, okay, here, we can at least do this much. We know exactly one of these black ones and both of the gray ones for the 5, right? This 3 contributes a mine here, so the 1 has no mine here. There's 1 mine in this area, so the 3 is finished. So is this one. There's 1 in this area, so none up here. 7s requires a 6th here and 1 of these 2. This 7 requires everything, in fact. How about this 5? It's all mines, yeah? Yeah. Done. Easy. Alright, show me about L's. Have I done L's before? Oh, L's are liars. We did those... Yeah, okay, so it remembers that I did 3 of them. It just hadn't unlocked them because the rules for unlocking them had changed. Okay, that's nice. So do 5 levels of L to get W's. Alright, liar clues. We gotta remember, liar clues. This 2 must be a 1, because it can't be a 3. This 2 is also a 1. This 4... I mean, could it be a 5? No, right? Because then there'd be 3 in this area. So it must be a 3. If there's 1 of these, that means there's 2. Okay, well, this is a 2, clearly. This one... Not sure yet. Or am I? Yeah, this can't be a 0, right? Because if it were, this... Oh, right. This would need 3 mines in these 2 spaces, which is impossible. So this is a 2, which means it's contributing at least 1 mine down here, which means this is not a 2, but a 4. So that's both of its mines now. This is a 3. This must be a 4, so there's 1 here. Which means this isn't a 1, but a 3. So there's exactly 1 mine in this area. Not sure what to do about that yet. Okay, let's start writing down the numbers I know about. This is a 4. This is a 3. I don't know yet. Couldn't this still be a 1 or a 3? If this were a 3, then this would have to be a 4, right? So we'd have 3 mines in this area. That's impossible, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Because if all 3 of these were mines, then this 2 would be finished, but there'd be no room for a 4th mine here. So in fact, we know that this is not a 3, but a 1. And we can mark it as finished. And this one's a 2. Now, we know this needs a mine and this needs a mine. They overlap, but not here. So I know there's 4 mines left, and 1 of them is here. So the others are down here, and this is finished. Great. This must be a 1. This can't be a 2, can it? Sure it can. In fact, it can't... No, it could be a 0. Okay, but easy ones include this 3, which must be a 2. Now we know this is a 2. So if there's 1 here, then there are none here. This must be a 1. We found the mine that goes with this stuff. This must be a 1 as well. This is a 2. So there's 1 mine here, which means this must be a 3. I know there's 1 mine there and 1 mine there. How about this 5? It can't be a 6 anymore, so it must be a 4. Which means it's contributing at least 1 mine into these 2 cells, isn't it? Yeah. And that means this can't be a 2, so it must be a 4. And it's in fact finished. Now I proved exactly one in these two, didn't I? Yes, so this is clear. This 2 must be a 3, so mine that up. This 4 must be a 3. So I have one mine here, one mine here. Therefore, 2 mines here, which is important. Because it means at least one of them is touching this 3. So this 3 is in fact a 4. And its last mine is one of these two. So these 2 squares can't be mines. All right, get rid of these scribbles now. This 4's last mine is there. This 3 is a 2, so that's open. And the rest are all mines. Okay, teach me about W's, please. A wall. A clue indicates the lengths of consecutive mines in the neighboring 8 cells. For all clues or just for W's? What the fuck? What? Okay. So I guess this is saying this is adjacent to a single group of consecutive ones and a... Well, 1 consecutive and 3 consecutive... Is that... These 5 are all consecutive. This is a group of 1, a group of 2, and a group of 2. So diagonals don't count. Okay, and all of the clues are telling me this. Interesting. Jeez. Okay. 1, 1, 2. That seems difficult, but not impossible. There's more than one way to do it. I mean, I can't just autofill this. Right? For example, we could have mine, mines, and then a mine can go here or here. So we're not tied down. Does it... Do I know anything about the locations? No. This one is... It's not like pointing at this single mine, right? It's just... It has to be adjacent to a 1 and a 2 and a 2. Okay. What the hell do I do with this? Could I have an introductory puzzle, please? Teach me how to do things? Because like, I don't know how to get started on this. It's got to be over here. These are important somehow. I mean, okay. For example, we might ask, where does the 2 go? Can it be up here? No, because then this would be wrong. Likewise here. Can it be here? Yeah, it could. And there'd be room for 2 1s. Just barely. Likewise, we could reflect it. Ah, we couldn't reflect it. Because that would break this one. So we can't do this. So one of the ways to set this puzzle up is like that. That seems possible. But it's not the only way, because we can do something like this. Or this? So the problem, I guess, that I'm having... Or wait a minute. Doesn't that mean these can't be mines? Because the 2 can only go as high as this, right? And it can't actually go here, but it could go this high. So this... You can only hide 1 clue from this group in these 3 cells. Which means that 2 of the clues from this must also be visible to this guy. And therefore, none of its clues can be referring to those mines. So I think we can say that these are all safe. Good. Now, this 1-1 and this 1-1, they're necessarily the same, right? This sees 2 1s. Are they necessarily the same? They're not. Because you could have something like this. And what this cell sees as a 1 is seen by this cell as a 2. So they're not necessarily saying that we have like a dot here, and something along the bottom. That's something that it looks like you can conclude, but you can't. How about this? Is this interesting? This one maybe. Because it's surrounded by these 6 cells. And that there are exactly 3 pairs of cells, right? There's this pair, and this pair. There's no other way. Like, so there has to be one in this region, and it can't touch the one in this region. And that can't touch the one in this region. So we can have something like this. And there's only a small amount of wiggle room from that, right? Like, if I want to move this one over, then I have to move that one over. Oops. Which means I have to move that one over. So there's only 2 possible ways that this could be satisfied, which is like this, or it's shifted by 1 like this. In either case, there's exactly one of these, exactly one of these, and exactly one of these. Well, okay, I mean, I guess I'll leave that marked. But I also know there's exactly one of these 2 and exactly one of these 2. But, I mean, okay, could there be a mine, could there be something here? I guess so. This could be the 2, and these could both be on the top, right? Could there be no mine here? I think that's also possible. We could have this, like mines in both of these spaces as the 2, and then mines here and here as the 1s. So I think that's possible. This corner is interesting, I guess. Suppose that this were a mine. That would tell us that this isn't one. And then this, again, is one. And it all ripples through based on how we said this stuff all works, right? So if this is a mine, it ripples all the way over here. Has that broken anything? Not yet, but it means there wouldn't be a mine here either, which would put a mine there. Here and here are the 1s for this. There'd be no mine there. And this already sees both of its 1s, right? No, not necessarily. This could be the 2. And this could be a 1. So it's either this and this. Oh, doesn't it have to be that? Because... No, it could be these two, right? Making these the 1s it sees? Yeah, that's true. So it's either both of these, or it's this and this. Either way, there's a mine here, isn't there? Okay. But all of this seems plausible. And this marks what? 6 mines? We know there's a 7th here. It leaves 3 in this area. One of them's here. I guess it puts a mine here and here. But that doesn't really help. This all looks possible. From the clues I have, I think that could be a mine, this cell here. I guess... I was going to say, I guess by uniqueness, this is a possible... A, I'm not allowed to argue from uniqueness. And B, I'm wrong anyway, because the non-mine squares I click on can give me information. So, I don't think we can show that this isn't a mine. Or that... Yeah, because by guessing that it was a mine, I didn't reach a contradiction. I could do the opposite, guess this is a mine. Then I'm going to have a bunch of similar ripples, right? No, not so much. Because here, I could still have the mine here or here for this pair, so it doesn't really tell me so much. How many total squares are there on the board that I haven't filled right now? We're looking at a 5x5, and I see 6 clues. So there must be 19 unfilled squares. Or squares that are not marked in any way yet. It's really tough to put 2 mines next to each other anywhere, right? There's a few places where you can do it. But if we're fitting 10 mines into 19 squares, we're going to have to somewhere connect 2 adjacent squares, both with a mine. It's like a pigeonhole thing, probably. So, I mean, we know one of them is here, and we have the freedom to do it up here as well, though. So I don't think that helps us very directly to make that point. Huh. I mean, this still seems like the most important square. But I already tried saying, could this be a mine? And it's very restrictive. But it doesn't seem to break any rules. It doesn't lead me to any impossibilities, right? this is as far as I got last time I was looking at this. Or didn't I prove that this has to be a mine in this universe somehow? Because it's either this one is the 2 and there's a 1 here, or this one is the 2 and this is a 1. So this has to be a mine as well. And I can say that exactly one of those is a mine, I guess, right? Yeah, extending one of them to be a 2 and leaving the other alone. So in this way, I've placed how many mines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mines. And I know there's exactly... Oh, I guess there's a bit more I can do. I can say that's not a mine. I know there's exactly one of these 3. That's 8. And so I guess I get that both of those are mines? And by making this a mine, I've found where all of the mines are except this. But I haven't broken any rules. And if I instead start at the other end of this chain, I guess, and I make this a mine, this isn't, so this is, so this isn't, so this is, so this isn't, and this is, and this isn't either, right? What about over here? Oh, this is something I couldn't prove earlier. This was an assumption or a conclusion of my guess up here. So this is 4 mines. Anything broken yet? Oh, it is. Look at that. This guy can't work. Okay. So this one, when I guessed it was a mine, I was wrong. So it can't be a mine. Okay. And now we know that this is a mine from this mark here, and this isn't. So I know this is a 1, and this, to be completed, needs mines here and here. This must be a mine to finish this too. This is not, and this is. Okay. This can't be, but this has to be. 4 mines left. Wait a minute. I know there's exactly one here because of this guy, right? But there's also exactly one in this area. So there can't be one here. Okay. There are 4 mines left. These 2 and these 2. If I click here, is it going to complete the puzzle for me? It is. Okay. Phew, I'm not very good at this kind of puzzle yet. Really? This is it? This is all I get? I mean, for example, it could be something like this. And then wipe out this entire area. But it also could be like this and this. So I can't think of any specific cell that I can mark as safe here, but I clearly can't make progress unless I do that, right? So the interface between the 2 and the 1 must be where something interesting is happening. Like, if I said this is a mine, then this is, and all of this stuff isn't, right? That's one possibility. Let's leave the blues in, but erase the reds. So I'm looking for something that is like always blue, basically. So, for example, that was what happened if we put these in, but that's too big an assumption. I want to find one square and say, could this be a mine? Because this would be very impactful, right? It would require this to be a mine and all the rest of this to be safe. So that's a possibility that just counts on this being a mine. Where else could I put a mine in this that would be interesting? Like, there could be one here. And if so, like, this would be clear. And like one of this... Oh, that's interesting. I think. If the 1... if the mine belonging to the 1 touches the 2, i.e. is here or here, then it extends this way towards the 2, and most of this area is empty. But what if the 1 doesn't touch the 2? What if it's over here somewhere? Then we have that both of these are safe. And also, so is this. And we end up with this being a mine. And one of these... But I don't see any one cell that's always safe in all of these scenarios, right? Because there's basically, if you account for reflections, right? You could reflect this whole thing vertically and it would be, this region anyway would be the same. You could put up, where's the mine for the 1 go? It could go here, or here, or here, or here. Those are the 4 possibilities for where the mine for the 1 could be. And we could do these all in different colors, I guess. And say, what if we put the 1, you know, the mine for the 1 here? I guess I'll... If this is a check mark, then so is this. And these are all safe, right? If we look in red, we can try another thing. Let's say I put the mine here. Well, then this is the mine, clearly, for the 2. And we get that, you know, all the rest of this is safe in that universe. In blue, we could guess, oh, you know, what if we put the mine here for the 1? Then we'd know, oh, this is not really a very good check mark. We'd know this, 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 this are all safe. And we'd know that this is a mine, but we wouldn't know about the other 2. Lastly, we could use our 4th color here and say, what if we put the mine here? Then... well, I guess this isn't quite as useful as I thought. We can say that all of these... I didn't think it was that useful either, and it's less useful than that. We can say that all of these are safe. And again, the mine for blue is over here. Now, it looks like we can look at all three of these and say, in all of those scenarios, these 3 squares are safe. And didn't we say, like, there's only 4 places by reflection? Yes, but you do have to consider the reflections. I could have chosen to put markers, mine guess markers down here instead of up here. And then these are all potentially dangerous instead of all safe. So So, like, if I had more colors and was really excited about it, I could say, suppose this is a mine, but I would draw the same conclusion except reversed. It would be mirrored in a new color. So I guess I have to somehow find, like, a group of cells, a pair of cells, let's say, and say, well, it's always the case that one of these 2 is a mine, and then use, or something like that. And then use that to make arguments about the rest of the grid somehow? And in the ones, I mean, that's not really possible, because it could, it could be any one of these 7 positions, as far as I can tell. But in the 2s, there's something sort of interesting going on, right? Like, we know there's at most one of these, right? Therefore, at least one of this area. And if it's 2 of this area, then it includes this one. But if it's only 1 of this area, then it includes one of the corners and its touching part on the 1. Oh. So, isn't... I think I'm getting somewhere now. If this 2... Now, normally, if we didn't have the wall rule, we would say of this 1 and 2, what exactly? Let me just get rid of all these horrible markings. They all suck. We would say, all right, there's at most 1 here, so there's at least 1 here, right? And we wouldn't really get anywhere. But we can do better than that because of the wall rule. We can say there's at least 1 in this region. Because if the 2 started, the 2 can't be these 2 cells. So there has to be 1 out here. That, I think, is the key insight that gets us moving on this puzzle. Because if the 2 has both cells out here, then we can say that these 2 cells are safe. Well, wait, maybe this still doesn't help. Shoot. No, it does. I think we're going to prove that that these 2 cells are safe somehow. But let's get there. So if there could be 2 here, in which case, let's mark this as universe A in purple. These are both safe. I know, my markings are chaotic. But let's consider also if there's only 1 in this region, right? Well, it can't be this one, because it has to be consecutive. So it would be 1 of these, and therefore would reach over to 1 of these. Either way, it can't be here. Yes, there are lots of ways to get to this argument. to this conclusion. Maybe the simpler way is to say, yeah, I feel like when I did the guesses about where to put things on the 1, I sort of missed an important point, which is that you can't put the mine here because it has to go over here. And like I remember drawing this check mark, and I didn't notice that this breaks the 1 rule. It would put too many things next to the 1. So in fact, these 2 tiles are safe. Okay. This 1 and this 1, I mean, give me these squares. This can't be a mine because the 2 would make it go up here, but this says that would be illegal. So this is a mine because it's in the middle of this 2's region. If there's only 1 in this entire region and there's 2 attached to this, then that must be one of the mines. And this guy says it can't see anything else. In order for this 1, 2 to be correct, this has to be the 1 and this 2 has to see another mine? Four mines left, my goodness. Well, there's 1 here, and therefore these 3. Whew. That was puzzle 2 in walls, right? Okay. Whew. I don't know. Let's see if I can make it to through number 3 without breaking my whole brain. What do you even do? I don't know. I need a break. Let's not do this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.